Hello and welcome to Etudes episode 2. Here we will work on a new etude each episode and find creative ways to practice it, and at the end you can find a full performance of the etude this week. Today I'm working on Mazas Etude number 19. Now this is a self-described finger exercise, so we're going to be working on left hand finger agility and control. This etude we're going to approach from kind of the two sides of a pendulum. First we're going to work on a relaxed dropping of the fingers, and then we're going to work on a economy of means so that we're doing as little work as we need to help us stay relaxed throughout the etude. So to start, we're going to work on a relaxed, heavy drop of each individual finger. So this is really paying attention to individuality of the fingers and making sure that each one is working effectively and providing enough weight into the string to make a clear sound on each and every pitch. So the way to work on this is to start by just capturing this feeling of a dropping motion of each finger. And you can do this on a table, but it's better, or maybe just your other hand, but it's better to keep it kind of out in front of you to capture this feeling. So what we want to do is you can practice the fingerings of the etude or just kind of do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll see what happens. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to drop each finger. So I'm lifting it up, and I'm not going to push it down. I'm just going to let it drop. And I want to feel the weight of my hand and let gravity do all the work for me so that I get this kind of almost throwing the finger towards the surface feeling. And this is something that we want to then recreate on the fingerboard. So because this is such a left-hand exercise, we're going to do a lot of practicing without the bow. So we want to practice this without the thumb on the fingerboard and just drop each finger. And you can feel, if you put the thumb back, our tendency will be to kind of grab the neck of the violin, and we want to avoid that. So every time that you feel that kind of tension come back, we want to just release the thumb a little bit. So that practicing will look a little bit like this. Now the second thing we want to work on is coming from the other side, where we're doing as little motion as possible. So what this is going to look like is almost like harmonic fingers, where we're just barely touching the strings. We're not actually making an impression into the string, where we're just kind of lightly touching the string. And then we'll get a very light, easy motion, almost like a legato left hand is a good way of thinking about it. When we add the bow, we have to ignore the bad quality of sound that we'll be getting out of the instrument because of the harmonic touch that we're doing. We just want to focus on feeling relaxed and easy and making sure that we're creating enough individuality of the notes that we're only playing one note at a time. We're not dropping multiple fingers, but we want to capture this lightness and this easiness so that our fingers are not necessarily flying towards the string and back off. Like we were practicing earlier, we want to economize that and narrow it down and create it as simple as possible. And once we've captured that feeling, we can start adding weight gradually. So kind of do a half harmonic, and maybe a quarter harmonic, maybe 3/4 harmonic, and then add full weight into the strings as we proceed. The goal is to meet these two practice methods in the middle so that we have this individual piston feeling in the left hand, but we're also keeping everything relaxed and economizing our energy so that we're not having to create such huge motions for every single note, because we have a lot of notes to play. We need to keep it quick and light. So we want to create that individual motion, but then we want to capture that finger legato where everything is moving smoothly and simply as possible. Once we've achieved that feeling on the violin, then we can work up this etude slowly with a metronome. It's really difficult to get this one completely even, so I highly recommend keeping the metronome involved in every stage. Even when you're not using the bow, maybe put it on at a slow tempo so that we're always thinking about rhythm and evenness as we're working up our individual fingers. This is a great etude to work on left hand relaxation during tough passages, so that we're always checking in with the thumb, making sure we're not clenching, because that gets in the way of fast passages like this and actually makes them more difficult. We want to always be thinking about relaxing, but keeping that individuality of each finger. I hope you found this video helpful. Happy practicing.